Hello everybody and welcome to Hybrid Budgets. I hope you're all well and enjoying your December. Mine's been a bit hectic, hence why I have not got round to filming anything. So I'm going to do a week 1 and a week 2 combined cash stuffing today. So let's get the money out and give it a count. So yeah, it's just been a bit nuts, but I suppose everyone's has as well. Just December just goes quick, doesn't it? I'm on my last day of work today. In fact, I've already logged off. We leave about like halfway through the day on the Friday. So hence why I thought I'd take the opportunity to get this done. But yeah, I was meant to do it ages ago and just not got around to doing it. So this is a double stuff. So this is week 1 and week 2. So for week 1, I've got 2 lots of 50 placeholders. And then that's week 2. So for week 1 I had 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 155, 160, 165, but with the 250, so 265 for week 1. And then for week 2, got another 2 50 placeholders, and then 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 5, 90. So 190 for week 2. This will be an exciting one. So quite a few placeholders because it's all going towards debt. But it's week 1, so we'll go to the general annual first. So Google One is fully funded. We're now working on, it's not, we need to go back to this one, sorry, but we're working through, it's funded for 1 year. It's already been paid out, so I need to take and remove that basically. This one has been fully funded once, but we're working on it again. So Cricket, so we have 20, 40, 55 in Cricket, and we're going to put another 35 in. No, sorry, another 30, not 35. So let's get this crossed off. 10, 20, 30. There we go with Cricket. Then we are working, we also need to do water bill. So let's colour in water bill. We put to £30, £35, sorry, to water bill. So we're pretty much funded now, which is good because it's due in Feb. But I never know with the water bill, and I never know if I use a bit more over Christmas time. So this is all an estimate from what it's sort of been for the past couple of years. So in water bill we have 50, 100, 120, 140, 150, 160, 170, £5 in water bill. Which is good. Nice to be ahead of it, hopefully. But yeah, I'm just going to keep on stuffing £35 and we'll see what it looks like in February. Birthdays. We have done my brother-in-law. Done my dad, done James, done my niece. We're working, done brother-in-law. He's fully funded, but I'm still debating what to get him. So that's going to be interesting. Mum, I'm working on, so I think I've worked out what I'm doing my mum for birthday. So let me just get out her card. Because it's 2 weeks, it's 2 lots of 10 that's going into mum. So she's got loads of makeup she wanted. So for birthday wise, I'm just going to get her that makeup. So it's like some nice Clarins stuff, lipstick, and some mascara. So that's what I'm thinking for my mum. But I don't know what to do for Christmas. But I've also done her a photo book, like a wedding photo book, and that came out to be like £80 because it's quite a thick one, because I did a load of, Mum did so much for the wedding. She did like all the prep ahead, all like the flowers, she did the cake, and I will put a photo up because it's so amazing. I'll try and put some photos up of it all because it's so good. So her book was a lot thicker because I wanted to do all that stuff, like when we went to go and get the dress shopping, and like we went to the meal, like a taster meal, so I've put all that in the book. But anyway, her book's a lot thicker, so it had to be a hardback one. Then I did like the lay flat and all this stuff, but yeah, it came to like £80, and you know, when you're like, oh my god, that's what we were going to spend on just like mine and James's book. But yeah, I think now realistically I was going to be like £150, and James is like, you know what, it's our wedding photos, we'll really enjoy looking back at them, and you just want it to be right. And so we're going to take it some of our honeymoon fun to fund that. But yeah, with Mum's book, so we've done one for my mum and one for James's mum for Christmas, as a nice little gift. So yeah, there. I'm thinking, but I just feel like I want to do something for her and Dad for Christmas. So I'm trying to think of ideas. My sister's bought them Miss Saigon tickets to go to the theatre. So yeah, I'm thinking like a day out or something like. But they've done like all the gin tours around our area. So yeah, it's a bit of an awkward one. So I'm still TBC, and it's mid-December. So yeah, what can go wrong? And then Christmas we have done, so we're not stuffing it for this month. We take a break from Christmas in December, and we'll get back stuffing it back in January. So that is annuals done. Then we have home maintenance. So let me just double check I've definitely got the tracker in here, because I leave it out to dry because it's so wet. And then I think I've misplaced it. 1 second. She's back. So we are working on this one to get my partner's, so he's bought it on a 0% purchase card because he wanted to get all the IKEA stuff before the wedding, so we had somewhere to store all the stuff. And it's also when we did up our spare room, so we put a bit of a time restraint on it. Usually we try and save up ahead and then buy it, but because we wanted it before the wedding, we've put on a 0%. So this is going to pay off his card essentially. So we've need to do 2 weeks, so 2 weeks at £10 each week. So let's get that coloured in. So I think that's 10 and that's 10. There we go. So we've only got £5 left, I believe, now. Again, I'm just going to leave that out to dry. So we have 50, so 450, 460, 470, £485. So again, I feel like I've fucked up. Excuse my French. I feel like I've cocked something up on here, because it's definitely 500 I'm taking out, though we'll just play that one by ear. I've definitely done something on the tracker with. So yeah, 485 is in home maintenance. Oh, I've cut that up as well. I was doing, let me sort this out, so I definitely didn't look at my sheet properly. I'm doing 20 in week 1 and £10 in week 2. So yeah, that makes sense. So it's 50, 60, 70, 80, 95, so 495, which then makes sense because we've got £10 left, no, £5 left on the tracker here. So I think I've done something here, like that should have been 20 maybe, but anyway, we've got £5 left and we've got £5 left to do. So that all tallies, right. Losing my head. I don't think I'll do anything as this complicated next year. I'll get myself in a right twist. But 490 ready to go in home maintenance. Holiday, so we are working on December. And currently in holiday we have £120. And for week 1 we are going to stuff £10, and week 2 we are stuffing 20. So we're going to do a tree is 20 and a stocking is 10. And I'm going to cross out one of each. So we are going on a holiday next year. So it's our family holiday. So sorry, in total that's 150. So we need to get a flight in fact, we've already got the flight to Barcelona. It's one way because we're going on a cruise, and it's very kindly been funded by my late granddad. So he left my mum some money, and she was very much like, we could give it to you guys, but you're actually all doing okay financially. And she wants to make some memories and stuff. And my dad's not particularly well at the minute. He's got like cancer quite badly, and not like stage 4 or anything, but it's, you know, it's gradually reducing his mobility quite a bit. And he turns 80 next year, so we're doing it as a big sort of big family trip away. It'll be really lovely. It's a Disney cruise as well, so I don't even know how much they're spending on it. And we're going with my brother and my sister and their kids, so we're going to make some, well, I'm going to be making a load of cricket clothes and stuff, so it'll be really super lovely. And it's such a nice thing to say that, like, you know, Grampy's paid for it for us and stuff. So yeah, we're going there next year, but we do need to pay for flights. So this was going to be saving up for our Cornwall trip, which we're going in May. But we've paid the majority of that off anyway in the past, so we'll resave up again. But this is now going to be funding flights. So at the end of December, I will unstuff some of this to put towards the flights we've paid for, because currently they're on my credit card, so I don't need to pay that off in January. But I thought, let's stuff it all, and then I'll do a big reorganise for the things and stuff, because obviously we'll be unstuffing this, so we'll do a big reset. And I'll explain it all through then. But yeah, that's where we're up to on holiday. Dear me, that got me a little bit emotional. Right, £30 in holiday. Emergency fund. And again, I need to resort this out because I've had a bit of jiggery pokery in this. And some money has also been added, but I will explain that all through at the end of the month. So, emergency fund, I'm stuffing £20 for week 1 and £10 for week 2. So £20 week 1 and £10 for week 2. And there we go. So 20 and 10. And the way this works, and it is a bit confusing, but it makes sense in my head, is I have a start to save ISA, and the maximum I can put into it is £200 a month, but it's at 6.5% this one. So currently we have 1,100, 500, 200, so £1,800 in the start to save ISA. And then I have an extra over emergency fund, which is anything else I can put towards my emergency fund, which is more than that £200 that goes into a separate Monzo account, but that's only at like 3.75% or something. So this is where this £30 will get stuffed. So let's do that first. So currently in emergency fund we have 500, 700, 800 and 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 95, 895. But because I do £50, or I budget usually £50 extra over an emergency fund a month, as a direct debit it used to be, whereas because I'm trying to obviously max out this, I take out 150 from here and put it into this one. So this one will go up by £200 because it'd be the extra £50 I budget on emergency fund, but I take out 150 from here. So yeah, a little bit confusing, but it makes sense in my head. So let's take out 150. So there's two 50s, 20, 50 and 100. 150 there. And that goes into extra over emergency fund. So I'm going to take out this 150 and just bank that to one side, and then use a £200 placeholder, because the other 50 has gone in via direct debit. I hope that makes sense. So we now have £2,000 in start to save ISA. So again, I'm just going to swap this out. So this is now 1,500, 1,700, 1,900, 2,000, which is really good actually that we've got up to there. And I'm just finding my 2,000 placeholder in that start to save ISA. So we've maxed that out, which is really good. So this comes to fruition March time, I believe, and I think it'll be about £90 interest that this is accrued, which is really good. And then all the other extra over emergency fund stays in here. But like I say, I need to adjust this slightly because I have done a few adjustments. So I'll explain that in the close down and the binder reshuffle. So yeah, that is emergency fund done. Hair is getting 2 lots of £5. So for week 1 and week 2, £5 each. And currently in there we have, oh, if I can open it, £50. So it is £60 currently in hair. I have no appointments booked or anything, so no rush on this one particularly, other than the fact that my grey hairs are rapidly coming in, which is a little bit depressing. Health is getting skipped this month. I was meant to put more money into it, and I haven't, but it's fine. We've got £100 at the moment. My dental, which is really what this covered, we pay for insurance through my work. So actually, by the time I take it out of this to then pay for it, I put it on my credit card because I have a work expense credit card. So I know it's not technically a work expense, but because it's work, put it on there. And then by the time the insurance sort of pays out for it, it covers it. So I actually am not needing it. But what I do need it for, which broke last night, is these bloody glasses again. So you can see how they're buggered. But I managed to get just the frame last time, and that was only £35. So I might just try and see if I can do that. But I am due for an eye test, so this will again go down. So I need to build this up, so I'll start again in the new year for this one. But yeah, health essentially is getting nothing, nada. Odds and evens. I'm going to budget £10 for each week, and again, I'm not rolling to do 5 or 10. I'm just going to roll. I do have my 4-sided dice back somewhere. Oh, I thought I did. Have the buggers kept it? Maybe. So yeah, let's roll this, and I will work it out. Oh wait, is this it? 1, 2, 3. No, that's 8. So if it's 5, it's 1. If it's 10, it's 2. If it's 15, it's 3. And if it's 20, it's 4. So 20, so that's 4. So £10 for mum and dad. And 10, which is 2. So £10 for emergency fund. So £10 going into emergency fund and £10 going to mum and dad. So again, I'm going to unstuff this at the end of the year. I'm really excited to see what's in this, because I just sort of chip away at it, but actually these will be quite substantial amounts going towards, you know, these funds. So £10 emergency fund and £10 mum and dad. Yeah, it'd be good to see what's in them all. There we go. Oh, exciting. I sort of want to unstuff them now, but I'm like, no, don't do it. And then electronics is going to get, oh my gosh, it might even get finished. Yeah, we're on the last 5, so we're doing £5 for week 1. And it is done. Look at that. Perfect. Managed to get that done. So I got this from Essex Cash Stuffing. So the 2025 tracker, so it's nice that it is done for 2025, which is perfect, and it's managed to save me 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, 350, 300 and 20, £330, which is really good. And then I'm going to stuff another 5 for week 2, and I will sort out the trackers soon. And I'll get something else in for electronics. I've got one I bought from Rainbow Budgets ages ago, so I'll start putting that in, but I do need to adjust what is in this envelope for the moment. And that is it for everything sort of sinking fundy. And then last but very much not least is debt, and this is going to get a juicy update. So let's start with Virgin credit card. So where are we up to? In fact, I need to wipe off some of this. So let's get this wiped. So we have put in another £50 this month as a direct debit to Virgin credit card. So that was paid on the 10th. So we are now up to this point. So the amount on the card is now 3,540. And we are adding this week £70 into debt extra over, so £50 will go in and 2 tens. So let's get that stuffed. And then for week 2 we are doing another 70. So while I'm on the tens, actually, let me just do that again. And another 50. So really trying to hammer our debt now. My goal is, I mean, I'm going to do a video on all my goals and explain the actual amounts, but my goal is to get all the debt paid off by the end of next year, which is actually quite a push, because I think I'm like currently with my forecast 700 left still to overpay, but I'm thinking with any bits left over from eating out, any bits extra I can put towards it, like just try and get as much done. So by the end of December, that's like all credit card debt done. So that's £40 stuffed, and now we're in 50. So we are going to do, yeah, we've still got space. Going to do 50 here. And 50 here. Oh, how exciting. In fact, I've just done this and just stuffed it. But I've re-completed 50 now. Oh, look at the chonk. She's just so chonky. So we've done 2 50s and 40. So actually we can, I'm going to do it now. Ready for next week. So we can actually cross off another 250. Oh, brilliant. It's weird when you see it, like it really does build up. So that's insane. So let me just aggregate up all those 50s after she just stuffed them. That was very not clever of me. So 50, 100, 150, 200, 250. So I'm going to swap all these out for a 250 placeholder. Let's get that stuffed. Oh, how exciting. And very pretty in pink. Brill. So that means we have 250, 500, 750 plus 40, so £790 in the pot at the minute. That is allocated to Virgin Blue. For those who are new to the channel, what I'm doing is I'm stuffing it in a savings pot, like a Monzo pot, because I get 3.75% on the money that's in that pot and in that account. Whereas this is now a 0% balance transfer card. So I'm paying off the minimum payments as a direct debit, and then overpayments are basically getting stored in that pot to the point where I can essentially pay off the credit card, or up to the date where like the 0% ends, and then I can transfer all that money, it's ready to go, and transfer it out of the pot and pay off the credit card in full. So I'm not charged any of the 0%, but I'm still accruing the money because it's sat in the pot. So that is Virgin credit card, but at the same time we're also focusing on my mum and dad. So for week 1 and week 2 I'm putting in £50 for them. So let's get those in. And actually I'm noticing as well we have got, so I'm not going to stuff them to unstuff them, so I'm just going to unstuff these 3 And then, so we've now got 5, 10, 15, 20, so £250. So we've added 2 50s, so one for week 1, one for week 2, and we had 50 in there anyway. Well, we had 150 in there anyway, so now I can take those and transpose them. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Move them to a 250. So let's wipe that down. So that was week 1, that was week 2, and then we had 150 in there anyway. I hope this makes sense to you guys. It makes sense in my head. I think I just explain it in the most awful way, so apologies. And cross off a 250. Perfect. So in Mum and Dad's pot, which is the same pot, it's all in one big debt extra overpayment. We have 250, 260, 270, 280, £290, which is great. So again, anyone new, I owe my mum and dad £2,000, so they helped me finish my drive. It was slightly more than I expected. 250, 290. So they helped fund that, and they've not been in a rush for me to pay it back, and they've been really lovely. And I took the decision not to actively pay them back because they were also helping with the wedding, so it felt really weird to pay them on this, but then they were giving us money for the wedding, and it's all a bit, you know, so I was like, no, I'm going to wait until the wedding's over and then sort of pay them back in a vengeance. So again, the aim for Mum and Dad is by Christmas next year I can give them basically a cheque and so, you know, and say like, this is the money you owe us, and be back to rights with Mum and Dad basically. So again, it's all being kept in that one account. It's getting that 3.75 interest. So in fact, in that account now we've got 290 plus 790. So we have £1,080 in that account at the minute. So that's all going to go towards debt. And that is it for this week's cash stuffing. So thank you so much. Well, this week's week 1 and week 2 cash stuffing. Thank you very much for watching. And yeah, I won't lie, I'm probably going to do another combined one for week 3 and 4, and then do a video of, like I say, a bit of a goals one, a resetting up the binder one, and any bits and bobs like that for the new year. But yeah, thanks all, and if I don't see you before, have a lovely Christmas. Bye.